Hello, welcome back. Just go through the usual rigmarole of making sure everything is alive and working. Looks like we are good. So yes, hello, welcome. Tuesday evening exploration stream. The last one of this trip. Not the last one ever, but the last one of this particular trip to Colonia. We are on our way on the final leg. Got 1,250 odd light years to go, so we should be able to make it through in this trip. And let's have a look. Hang on, Twitch has just gone funny again. Are you alive? Right, there we go. You look a bit more alive now. So yeah, just setting up to go. You may have noticed I am not in the same place as I was last time. I did do a little bit more exploring. So I will update you on that in a sec. Alright, I think Twitch is good. Just had a little bit of a tizzy, but cool. Right, so yeah, I am not at the black hole system anymore. I did a bit of exploring just off the sides, and I will show you where I went. So let's go with this. So I am. This is where I was at the Dryophlui H292 black hole. And what I did was sort of ventured out sort of over here and up and down a bit, just in this area. I didn't get sort of closer to much closer to Colonia than I was before. In fact, I've actually managed to get myself further away, but I've been in this area anyway, just exploring the side bits. Came across a few rather nice things, like apparently if you do this view, as I think Brathis or Jimbo or somebody pointed out to me, you can see giant stars a bit more easily. So I was sort of mucking around with that, and it seems that there's, in this neighborhood, there's a lot of K orange giants. So I had a look at those and found quite a few. I think I found about 7 or 8 at least. So I can just bring up some of that. Let's have a look here. Just to show you what I'm talking about. Yep. Wait, my screenshots folder. Right, so where were we last time? There. Right, so yeah, let me give you a quick show of what I was doing. Ping, so there you go. I'll just leave that here for now. So there's one of the pics landed on a moon of a gas giant. That's another giant. The big yellow star is a giant, the little yellow star is a normal star. They are both the same distance away from me. Yeah, that was pretty cool. You can actually see the difference in the giant size. This one was a pretty cool one. I'll hide my ugly mug for a sec. That's the G2 star in the front here, and the K giant in the background, and the K giant is about 140 light seconds away, and the G2 star is about 4 light seconds, and of course ASP in the front. What else? This one. This one was cool. Well, actually, it wasn't cool. This was the hottest planet I have ever landed on. 3,919 Kelvin. So yeah, I mean, basically, this should all be vapor. There's nothing that can be solid at that temperature that a planet could be made of, basically. So this is pretty ridiculous. The reason why was it was about 29 light seconds away from this big blue star, which actually turns out to be another giant, but it's a B giant. So hot blue star, giant, very close, perfect combination for Raging Inferno. So that was a pretty good one. And if you don't believe me, tink, 3919 Kelvin. There you go. That's where I was. What else was there? There's some more planets. Yeah, so that previous one was the that previous one was the view from the surface, and then view from the moon of the planet that I was just on over here. I feel like I'm showing my holiday snaps. We got a nice sunrise of over a water world, which was quite nice to set up, that one. Found so many terraformables and water worlds and stuff here, it's ridiculous. There's systems that I've found that have got 5 terraformables in them, and like 1 or 2 of them are water worlds. What else? Herbig star with a Titori star rising behind it. This was cool. This was a 66 Earth mass water world. It's bloody enormous. It was like 16,000 kilometers across. I think that was orbiting the Herbig star as well. So it's a 2 million year old one. And when I first saw it, there was a graphics glitch, and that little polar cap at the bottom was actually glowing orange. So that was a bit of a surprise. We're like, what's going on here? This one. Yeah, so 3919 Kelvin was the record before, right? This one was 11,000. I think it was like 11,500 Kelvin or something ridiculous. I can go back and have a look once I get back into the game. But not landable. But it was ridiculous. Again, it was orbiting a B giant. It was really close to it. You know, this thing should just be a cloud. It was absolutely bonkers. But yeah, couldn't land on it though, so I couldn't stake that claim. And then yeah, there's a few other little nice snapshots. You're on a world with 2 suns. We're just going past a large black hole. There's another one of the H black holes. Had quite a lot of stars in the disk there, and found an ammonia world. The only ammonia world. It was the only planet around this F star that I found, actually. So that was even weirder, because usually they have a lot of planets. But this was the only one, and it also looked like a high metal content world as well, so I almost didn't check it out. But glad I did. And there's the star over there. And then lastly, where I am now, orbiting, I think, another giant star. So yeah, that's where I am now. So I'm showing you all my holiday snaps here. Where are we going next? Well, we've found a few interesting things. See if I can locate these properly here. Maybe I'm gonna have to go back to where I am at. Now I think it's this. Somewhere around here anyway, there was a nebula that I found. And it's not showing up now for some reason. I bookmarked it. That's a W star, I believe, if I can get to it. The maps are still a bit flaky. There we go. No, that's not it. There we go. Wolf Raider star over here. So we could pop in and see that. And I'm pretty sure this was... It's not that one. One of these things was a nebula. Yeah, you should be a nebula. This Drio thing. There we go. There we go. You can see it. So yeah, this is interesting because I've never seen a nebula like this. Oops. Again, it's sort of, I think the map is still a bit glitchy, even though it's got patched. So let's see if I can just zero in on it. Yeah, so there we go. I've never seen a small nebula that looked like this sort of fuzzy, cotton flossy, or whatever you call it, you know, candy floss kind of looking thing. So we'll definitely check that out, and I think it's got a black hole in the middle of it. And then we'll gun it for Colonia, and hopefully we'll get there by 8. If we don't, I'll keep going until I do get there, because I do want to get there today. So we may have a slightly longer stream, we may not. But those are the 2 targets that I'm aiming for here. So I just need to basically do a little route plotting here. Not to that star. I'm going to head over here first to the Wolf Raider, just to get it. If it will let me even find it. So it's 480 something odd light years away. That was a black hole as well. And do I have any neutron stars? That one's at 60. So sure, I can go there first, and we can start boosting our way over. Looks like we probably have neutron stars on the way somewhere. Yeah. All right. Let's head to the first neutron star here. If the map will behave itself. There we go. And then away we go. Yerks. Also, I think one of those planets that I landed on was a 3.2G one, so that was a fun one to land on. At one point, I got out in my SRV and went whoa, because last time I did that on a 3.2 gravity world, I couldn't get back up the hills anymore, so I rapidly retreated.
Landing gear retracted.
Get going here. So yeah, hopefully we will get there, get to Colonia in one piece, and we will see how much we've got. I've also got a few things from the store too. So I've got my nameplates and so on.
Ready to engage.
Oops, let's just do that without overheating. Yeah, I've got my nameplates, and I got a new paint scheme as well, because I was basically gonna repaint the ship once I get to Colonia. So we will finally find out what this ship is called. I do have a name in mind. It's probably a pretty obvious one, but that's the one I'm gonna go with. So stick around to see that. Or you could jump straight, straight from near the planet before. I don't know if I just did something wrong there. I suppose it's a larger planet, so there we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Suppose usual questions. Is the sound okay and everything? It should be good. I shouldn't be being drowned out by the ship anymore. Let me know in the chat.
4, 3, 2, 1.
On we go. We're home straight. This will be the first space station I've seen in 20,000 light years as well, so. That will be interesting. They got rid of that fuzziness when we come in from jump. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it looked kind of cool. Kind of slowly defuzzed into being. What are you? May or may not be a water world, eh? I think it isn't. Might be terraformable though. Because now those are actually worth hunting down. Because they are worth about, was it 400, 600,000? So I may go check this one out. Cool, okay, awesome. Sound is good then. Shouldn't have to adjust it again for this game. But to see what we do next next time I play here though, because I don't know if I will be playing Elite next time or if I'll be doing something else. So I'll talk about that later on anyway. If anyone is in the chat at the time and has any kind of preferences. But yeah, let's get to Colonia first, and then I'll worry about the future. But I definitely do not plan to give up on Elite here or anything. Like I could do with a little bit of a break from it though. Alright, let's see if I can get to this one without overshooting. Or at least to map it out anyway on the scanner. Hi Dash Cow! Do the little arm wave thing. Salute, whatever. Yep, that was an HMC, but was it terraformable? Yay. I could hop around and have a look at the rest of these, but I would rather press on. Since I've gone back a bit here. So
Frameshift drive charging.
let's head on to the neutron star. Figure out where we're going from there. So it should be 2 or 3 neutron star jumps to get to the W. Too many to get to the nebula. Wavy arms. Yeah, one of the systems I found was a double black hole. I think it was that one of the picture that I showed earlier on. So yeah, that was interesting. Had nothing else in it, just two black holes. One was 17 Earth, 17 solar masses, and the other one was like 1 or 2 or something. But yeah, I think that was the 17 one was the one I showed a picture of earlier on. But that was kind of eerie because there was absolutely no light source at all. You know, it's just like I was flying around empty space. It was quite strange. Okay.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Did not like the sound of that engine noise. Let's get that star while we're here. Yeah, they've definitely got a bit more choppy, these neutron star jets, since the last patch. Been tossed around quite a bit more. Alright, so again, I press all button. I keep getting those modelled up. You'd think after all this time I would get that working. Okay, cut those out. So we are heading for here. We have a range of 171. A bit further. And of course we now enter a gulf. There's an O star. 160. You will probably do. Head over to that one, pick up another boost. Did find a single terraformable water world around a neutron star at one point. That was a bit of a surprise. It's not a very nice place to live though, because it is Colonia and irradiated. What have we got here? More leisurely. Star discovered though. That's the first discovered system I've seen for a while.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Yep. I did fix my drive a little earlier on, so that's doing good. Okay. Back to the plotting. So the Dryu one is a nebula. We got another 172 and 139. We can get that one. Got an O star up there. Nothing terribly interesting going on there. Alright.
Drive charging.
See, I'm just gonna kind of speed run up to the W star. Need to learn to do what?
4, 3,
Like the neutron star boosts or the... We're just referring to the chat there. This one's busy. Very toasty. Oh, to get the neutron cell thing? Right, well, in this case, I think we can get the impression that there is some perspective going on here, right? So the jets are kind of oriented at an angle, like that. You know, that far, you know, this one that I'm looking at is further away, this one's coming towards us. So, if you want to avoid the exclusion zone, don't cross the star. So, we'll go for the nearer one here. Head for the end. Just ease into it.
Radiation drive operating beyond safety limits.
Do not turn around and cross the
Radiation
star.
drive supercharged.
That would be a bad thing. And then just gun the throttle until you get out of there. Yeah, no, do not aim for the base. You want to be facing away from the star, right? At all points. Like if you face towards it and you start accelerating, then you know you're doomed. So yeah, go right to the very end. It could be to the point where it's like barely visible even, and you know you might get tossed around and then kind of tossed out of the jet as well. So before you actually get the supercharge, but that's fine. You can just go back in, and I think whatever time you spent in there before kind of counts for your build up as well, so you might only just pop in there for a second. Yeah, the trick is just go to the edge of the end of the jet, kind of get yourself kind of parallel to it, and then kind of like just touch, like skim the surface of it, and then you get thrown around a bit. Just keep your head screwed on there, you know, like there's not much you can do, sort of, you know, try and compensate for the tossing around. And then when it says that you're supercharged, just throttle all the way up, point out of the jet, preferably sideways out of it, and then you'll get out quicker. And then that should do you. And then just keep going away for, you know, keep accelerating away from it for like 5 or 10 seconds, just to make sure you're clear. So you can do that with white dwarfs and neutron stars. Neutron stars, it's you get a plus 300% boost, so in total is 4 times the jump range that you're normally having. And white dwarf, it's only plus 50, which you can basically get from doing that. You know, the standard FSD injections, so they're completely not worth using. So yeah, it's not as bad as it seems at first. Oops, wrong one again. So don't be afraid to try. Just remember that, you know, always go towards the end. Try and pick the jet that's nearer to you as well. So we must have 100 something left. Yeah, we could probably make it all the way there. Just have a look what's around it, because I might want to top up first. Yeah, let's go for you. Let's just go for the B. We'll top up on the fuel, and then we can hit the W.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, the neutrons. Well, the neutron star boosts are.
3, 2,
Yeah, they don't take an awful lot more. They don't save you an awful lot of time over just doing like 4 normal jumps to, the equivalent distance. But where it does help you is, A, if you just want to get to a destination without distractions, then you can use neutron stars, just go straight there, and you're not being distracted by shiny planets in the systems that you're going through otherwise. And the other thing, of course, it's useful for is just actually bridging large gaps. So normally, like in the core, that's completely useless because there are no large gaps in the core regions. But when you're out in the boonies, on the rim or above or below the plane, then you can use those to bridge the gaps that you wouldn't be able to jump otherwise. But the problem then is that you don't have a way back on the other side. So you have to be careful with the planning on that one, because your FSD synthesis stuff will only get you up to 100% extra range, so double your range. So if you go somewhere that's 170 light years away and you have no way to bridge that back, you're either going straight on through or you're stuck, and you'll have to call the fuel rats or something like that. But yeah, the advantage I have, the thing I take advantage of here is just the fact that it can just get me going to a destination without much in the way of distraction. So 2000 there, you are, what's the B star? I'm just seeing if there's anything worth looking at here. B, yeah, they're all just normal Bs, so not so interesting. So are we in here? Or do I have to go back to the map? No, I guess they don't list everything there, do they? Alright, so we just got a little woo one here. It's probably just going to be on its own, but might as well say hi to it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, it's worth hunting around for the premium FSD boost stuff, I think like polonium and niobium and stuff for that. It's worth digging around for that, because if you can get a few bits of polonium, that could significantly increase your range. I wish I'd had some when I was further back exploring the high end of the galaxy. But alas, at the time I had not found any. And yep, you're on your own. Probably discovered already, aren't you? No, oh, shocking. That's terrifying. Usually these things have been found. Well, that's good. Unfortunately, I don't think stars are actually worth an awful lot. Even with the improved rewards for the data. Move away. So where is the nebula? Up here. How far away are you? Also, where are you relative to Colonia? Yeah, we're heading in the right direction still, so that's good. 215, 219. All right. let's probably sort of not rush quite as much now. So let's just plot a route there as normal, if we can, and I'll see if I can find a giant here so you can see what they look like. Actually, I haven't actually seen a Wolf-Rayet star in this view before, so big and white. Okay. So yeah, you will notice that a lot of these stars are your standard kind of cross-shaped diffraction spike things. Those are normal stars. These ones are dwarfs, like brown dwarfs, the little red ones that don't have any glowy bits around them. And the T-dwarfs also look fairly dim, like that. Like there's a T-dwarf. That's an L-dwarf, that orange one. These ones are protostars, these red ones with lots of spikes. So Herbig, AEBEs, and two Tauri stars show up there. White, I believe, is F. Yep, white is F. Yellow is green, G. Blue is A. This sort of dark blue is B. So you know you can sort of tell them all apart here. Now giants. No, this is where it gets a bit confusing because the giants, well, you have giants in terms of they have a 3 or a 2 in their name when you look at the map here. So if you look at the star types there, if it's got a 1-1, like 2 Roman numerals, 1-1, or 1-1-1, which is 3 obviously, those are the giant types. 3 is a normal giant star, 2 is a bright giant star. If you see a 1, just a single Roman numeral like 1A or 1B, that's the supergiants. But when Elite names these things, it seems that it only there's a specific star type for M giants, M red giant, and K orange giant. So when you see in the info panel, when you're jumping to the star, it'll say either M red giant or K orange giant. The B stars can be giants as well, but for some reason it doesn't say that in the name. So they're harder to pick out, and they also look like giants because if you look at this here, like this particular star in the foreground here is that's sort of what the giants look like. They have this sort of fuzzy, non-circular or non-spherical kind of outline to them, and the B stars look like that even when they're not actually giant stars, so it can be a bit confusing. But yeah, I found a whole mass of giants earlier on. That's interesting. M. Yeah, I found a whole mass of giants earlier on. I don't know if that was just because I was in a patch of them, or if that was normal for this kind of stellar density. But I'll have a rummage around here and just see if I can find any. Just so you can see how this works. But yeah, dash out. This H833, that is the Wolf-Rayet that I am at. So yeah, I'm here already. So yeah, have a look. They're usually pretty obvious, and you just have to kind of eyeball it. might need to zoom out a little more. I'll roam around for like a minute or so, just see if we can find anything. That's an O-star. Yeah, the really annoying thing is that you can't filter things out in this realistic view, which is really irritating, because I would love to just go, can I just see only the M stars please, or something like that. Yeah, I'm trying. You know, the best thing to do with these tips is to actually demonstrate this to you. Come back. And of course, when I actually try to demonstrate this, you can't find any of the buggers. Like, they'll basically look a lot more circular. Like the diffraction spike things do not seem as obvious around a giant star. You can usually pick them out, but of course the you know, like the T dwarfs and the Y dwarfs and things will make it harder to pick them out, because your eye will be drawn to them because you're looking for spherical, circular looking things. So I suspect we might be out of luck. I'll try to go a bit further afield and see if we can get higher up or something. See if we can see them. Or, you know what, rather than actually dither around trying to find one, I can just go to one that I found earlier, and I can show you that, can't I? Because that would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? How about this one? Point. Alright, so that is a giant. After much faffing around, that's a giant. So they're yeah, more bulbous looking, basically. Here you can see, like, here's a normal star, here's a giant star, and yeah, around here I think there was more of them. Yeah, there's another one down here. See, like this one, that's another one. So keep sort of fixated on that, and as you're moving around, you can see it stands out quite a bit there in the middle here. So yeah, there's another one. Did I actually see that one? Yep, I just did that one. So yeah, so hopefully that gives you a little idea. Have a look for the B stars as well, though, because some of these are, they look a bit more bulbousy, but they are giants. If I go to the other here is a B giant. So that one is a B giant. They're quite hard to tell apart from the normal bees. I think the only difference really is that maybe there's more kind of flares around them, like more diffraction spike things around them. So yeah, they're harder to make out. And again, these ones aren't actually, they're called B83 here, but they're not actually called B83 Blue Giant in the game. Like when you you know, like when I do the info thing here, the jump, have a look at the info. Where are we? There.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oops. Yeah, see it says like G, white, yellow star, and so on. So, because I have completely forgotten where the heck I was here. What am I even doing here? I am... Oh, that's it. I was just doing the normal route over there. Right, okay. Got completely off track there.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, hopefully that will help you find some giant stars. I think I must have been in a clump of giants over there, because I think I found like 10 in that area. But yeah, I can't remember if somebody on the chat pointed that out to me, or if I read it on a forum somewhere or something, but it's a handy tip. And obviously it's a lot more useful here, where the stellar density is really, really high. Like if we were out by, you know, the bubble, or on the rim, or above or below the galactic plane, then we would be, you know, not, you know, like, because the stars are so far apart, you'd have to do a lot more searching to find anything. Why is that selected? That's weird. But yeah, so it's handy in the core, less useful out in the boonies. So it doesn't look like there's anything particularly fascinating here. So yeah, let's just take the leisurely route out to the nebula, and then we'll gun it for Colonia. Where are you? Alright, we also need fuel.
Fuel scooping.
That was actually pretty lucky, because I think I forgot to actually refuel when I went to that B star. I'm just going to sit here and guzzle up some gasoline. Yeah. Yes, I say I'll sprint, but that also sort of depends on not being distracted by shiny stuff. So, chug chug. Yeah, that was really close. I just completely taken my eye off the fuel there. Too excited explaining maps.
Fuel scooping complete.
Here we go. So you guys in the chat out exploring at the moment, or? You in the bubble?
Frameshift drive charging.
F drive. Yeah. Well, that was like, had I made that jump just now without refueling, I would have definitely been in trouble.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So how is everything going over here? That's all good, right. So yeah, it's funny, I was like finding all sorts of interesting stuff off the stream again, and not on the stream. um, Close planet. There is a close planet, we might as well just scan that while we're here. I think you can sell data to Farseer without unlocking her first. I think I have read that. Because I think you can use... Well, actually, Farseer, I think you start off with her anyway, so you don't have to unlock anything in the first place. No, okay, I was like, this is not a water world, surely, because like the little icon down there looks like it's water worldy. Okay, so let's press on.
Frame shift drive
How many
charging.
say? 4 jumps. Wonder if we can actually see the nebula. Oh, we're going to an M star. That's rare.
4, 3, 2.
I think one of the engineers, is it Farseer or is it Elvira, is on a high gravity world, so you have to be careful about landing. But yeah, I don't think anyone's going to shoot anybody down unless there's gankers waiting for you. What we got here? Oh, wow. Well, 6.6 light seconds away, eh? That's definitely worth checking out. Hold on 1 second here. Just have to have a look at something here. Done. Right, okay. Right, so yeah, let's go check that out, because that's a very close planet.
Fuel scooping.
And it's landable, which is interesting. I don't think it's going to be quite as hot as the other one,
Fuel scooping disengaged.
but let's have a look here. Survey says 1072. 0.8 day orbital period. Oh, so we might be able to see this guy moving around a bit. Could this be the first screenshot of the session? Apparently I still haven't finished slowing down. Come on. There we go.
Orbital flight engaged.
Come into land. No interesting canyons. Boo. Let's just fly over a little bit more. If we can find anything interesting to land in. Right. I remember one of the engineers was on the high gravity world. I just couldn't remember which one it was, but evidently it's not her. It might be Elvira. Okay, let's so hang on, I'm going to go that way. That's going to make the sun higher up. I want to head for the dark side a bit more, and hopefully not get caught up in the dark side increases. Yeah, I think they've done something to the terrain in 2.3. Like the craters and the ground seem a little more interesting, a bit less flat and boring. There's been a lot more like, you know, terrain variation inside the craters and so on. Over there. So yeah, they've done something. I mean, the colours are still fairly dull, but it doesn't help that I'm orbiting an MV star here. Oh, I have seen a canyon. Not very well. It's not a huge one, but there was one on a in fact on one of those moons that I showed a picture of at the start. It was a pretty narrow. It was only it's like 400-kilometer radius world, but it had this little canyon system on it. It was very narrow, very steep sided. I couldn't even see the floor because it was in the shadow. But the walls were pretty much vertical, so there are canyons. I just don't know if that's what you mean by a large canyon, but they do still exist. So we have to put ourselves at the edge of the crater. And try and land down here. One thing I've noticed as well is the higher gravity worlds, that whole kind of getting to the glide point and then doing the glide takes a lot longer. I don't know if it's just because they're larger worlds or something, but if there's like a 3 gravity world, it can take about like 10 minutes to actually land on the damn thing. Do I need the lights? Random clicking is just me going, I can't remember what the landing gear button was. So if this is where my lighting niggling gets in gear. For reasons that I shall explain once I land. Is there any nice terrain here? Oh, come on, you just said it was. Fine. So note, we can see half the star here. So why is this crater in shadow? Again, it'd be nice if they put some like actual area lights in for the stars here. We can make this look a lot more realistic, but let's just get a view of us here. And what would be a good view? Yeah, I don't want to put the star at the edge. Just like a nice simple side-on view. I suppose we go over here. Oops. We go look at it this way. We can actually see that we're in a crater. That might be a little more interesting, perhaps. No amount of jiggling will fix that. That'll do. Suitably dramatic and stuff, I guess. We'll go with that. Right, so we only got about 3 or 4 jumps left. Yeah, they've definitely kind of improved the dark side brightness increases.
Landing gear retracted.
They don't seem quite as bad now. But yeah, the reason that this part of the crater is in shadow is that the star, no matter how big it is actually, in terms of size on the screen, it's treated like a point. As a point light source, because you can tell because the shadows cut out when, well, basically in the shadowed area, the center of the star is below the horizon. If the center of the star is above the horizon, then it's lit. That's how it seems to know. Which obviously, if you can see the star, like half the star shining, then you're not in shadow. But I suspect, hey look, square edge of stars there. I suspect they can't fix that without completely rewriting everything, because it's just the way they've designed this game. If they could, and they added like multiple light sources and did all the light calculations properly and so on. Whoops. Then they probably would have done it by now. Overheated. Let's just try that again. Yeah. It would have to be a pretty major update to fix the stars. If they ever do that. Might be like an actual patch. Yeah, well, like they've had to, they've clearly had to take several shortcuts with a lot of things. I get the impression that there's a lot in this game is still kind of a placeholder. Like, the planet textures, for example, they're all kind of pretty similar. But I wonder if they, at some point they plan to add more textures. But, this is just what they're doing for now. I think with the lighting, the impression I get is that the lighting is an issue because of the way that the planets are made. Like, they've got this kind of patchwork of, level of detail of stuff and so on. For nothing. I just gauge hyperdrive here. Yeah, I think it's something to do with the way the level of detail thing on the planets work, and that they can't do things like ring shadows and moon shadows and things like that on them. I think. So they'd have to change that as well as changing the lighting engine. I know, it's all, I mean, I'm just speculating here, but I think with what I know of programming, you kind of start off writing things one way, and then X months or years down the line, you go, oh, we need to refactor this thing now, and you know, kind of you just got to like take all the bits apart and then pull it back together in a slightly different way that's more efficient for everything you've tacked on in the meantime. And I think that's going to be, you know, the case here as well. They might just have to refactor the whole damn thing. So we'll see. Okay, moving on.
Fuel scoping.
If you look out the side, it does not really, does it? Hang on a minute. If I look out the side, that's my
Scoping complete.
protrudy bit at the front, isn't it? And that's the other protrudy bit at the front, I assume, anyway. Right, anyway. Odd. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we got 2 jumps. I can't see a nebula yet, but I'm probably too close to the star.
4, 3, 2, 1.
See what is happening. There. There's another M. See, that kind of blurred in, well, not blurred, but kind of dissolved into focus, didn't it? I thought they said they'd fix that. Right. I don't think I did the honk. No, must have done the honk. Anything interesting? Not really. Anything interesting over here? Not really. Yeah. Blip, blip, blip. No, I haven't done a hollow me yet, but well, so while we're here, let's just have a looky. So there I am. So yeah, if I look to the left, my boxes, little box thing is in the way. Well, if I look to the left, then yeah, I should see that protrudy bit where it says danger. So if I look to the left, admittedly I can't see it saying danger anywhere, can I? Yeah, that's interesting. The writing isn't visible. So yeah, there's something going on there. Oops. Go up here.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, it looks like they don't see the writings.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So I would agree with that. I mean, it's not really a decal because it's just part of the texture already, isn't it? So we got one more jump. Lock it. Oh, look, hey, here it is. Quite visible. Let's just get a bit of distance and see what this looks like. As the thing comes out. Oh wow. That's definitely quite visible. I have not seen that before. Let us, damn it. Let's just have a look here. Oh yeah, it's got some company, isn't it? F6, M1, K1. So yeah, sometimes you can see his little companion stars as well, which is pretty neat. I'm quite far away from that right now. Let's wonder what it looks like a bit more close up, like from here, before we actually go into it. That's just an M8V. Is there anything directly above or below? I think that's probably the nearest one. So yeah, this star, this bright one down here, is not a separate system. It is part of this system. So they show the companions sometimes. This might be a little overwhelming because it's going to fill up the whole damn sky from here. But we'll actually. Let's take a screenshot of this first from here, just in case it looks completely horrific from over there. What am I doing? I'm doing that. That is my standard view. Try to get this centered. Now actually, I'm going to experiment a little. Because usually I have my ASP sort of at the bottom part of the screen, and I just want to see what happens if I can put it up here maybe. Oh, that's kind of okay, isn't it? Alright, now the other problem is I am in Super Cruise. This is not so great for the doing of engine flares, because I find that's a nice thing to have sometimes. So I'm going to do that, and then hide the thing. That could be good, actually. Maybe can I do that a bit more, just to fill out the fill it out a bit. There we go. Yeah, I don't do the Alt F10 things because they just take up far too much space. And I do not have the resolution for that anyway. I've only got 1920 by 1080 on this thing. Right, so I think it reset the thing. Yeah, apparently I'm going to that again now. So I think we wanted to go to this one, didn't we? Yeah. Let's go have a looky.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
But yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen one of these nebulas. And oh my god, did it just kick me out of that again? It did, didn't it? It really doesn't want me to go to this star for some reason. That's you. Alright, fine, we'll plot a route to you then. I thought I could just select you and then that would be fine. Apparently not. God, apparently I can't even...
Frameshift
There.
drive charging.
Ugh. Right. Yeah, I've never seen a nebula that looks like this before. I mean, they've always been those big blue kind of bilobed you know, dumbbell shaped like things, or what's the other one? Oh yeah, there's like the red and the green kind of splotchy looking one, but not seen a pink and purple. Is there anything worth flying to out here? No. But we'll... We can pick a planet and see if we can get a nice framed view or something. Oh yeah, someone's been here. That's interesting. So whoever was out here ignored the star and only found one single planet. That is really weird. I'm now kind of curious to see what he actually found. Or should I just do the other one? What do we think? Screw it, I'll do that one. We'll have a purple gas giant in front of a purple nebula. It seems very odd to just discover a planet and ignore everything else, even its moons. Right, so going out here should give us a bit of distance from the star, and we can should be able to see the nebula in its full garish magnificence. Although I don't know where it is relative to me. Oh, it's over there. Hello. Wow. Well, that's pretty neat. I don't have terribly good control over the head look. Apologies for that. I could probably use my mouse for it actually. I was using my hat thing on my joystick, but let's swing around this gas giant and then we'll be able to get a view of that with the nebula there. It's also pretty darn big, really. All things considered, I mean, there must be must still be a few light years away from it. It's covering an awfully large patch of sky. So let's get the moons as well. Probably that back moon is going to be the best place to get a shot. The one closer to the planet there. I think this only had 3 moons, isn't it? Yep. So let's go past and get lined up, and we can figure it out then. Maybe this one might be better. Nice. No, I like that. So you can see I got the moon there as well. That'd be a decent shot. I mean, it's a bit kind of at an angle, but was that the one? Yeah, that was. Where's the other one then? There's one over there. One over there. Hang on. Where's the moon that I'm just parked at? Is that here? No. I'm all turned around here. Hang on. So where's that moon? That moon is over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so let's get a little bit closer. That'll do. Let's also just get that one. So given that somebody's discovered a planet in this system, I'm pretty sure that somebody must have discovered that nebula. Oh, hello. That's even better. Okay, we're going to drop out here. So now we've got 2 moons in the picture, because that's already popped into view. Do I want to sully this with my asp, or do I want to just leave it like this? It would be nice if I could have things looking horizontal, but let's just try that and that, and then let me quickly see if I can stitch those together and see what that looks like. Trouble with trying to take panorama shots is that you kind of want to do it right there. Otherwise, you know, if they turn out wrong, then you kind of miss the opportunity to fix it. Well, that kind of looks nice. I'll show it off, hang on. There you go. that's how that turned out. I'll zoom. There, it fell out the window there. That's how it turned out with the full nebula. I think that works quite well, really, just on its own like that. I think that's a keeper. Right, let's into the nebula, shall we? Do I remember what the thing was called? No. So let's do it this way.
Frameshift drive charged.
All right, heading in. This is where I get slightly nervous and hope that it's not a death trap in there, but here goes.
4, 3.
Let's see what the lighting does as well. Could be interesting. Okay. Busy system. Just point it as off center so we don't ram into the thing. Oh great, all the other stars have no planets. It has been discovered by several people. That termite power person, like, just discovers one planet again. The whole flipping mass of people have discovered this thing as a group effort. Nope. 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 Nothing too fascinating there. So a quick looky. So everything is kind of bluish. Okay. Whoops. Let's have a peek at the black hole. What's the mass? Oh, it's a little one. Only 2.7. Get right up close to it. And watch as the universe bulges out. Did that sort of deliberately. I actually dropped out and then it went dropping too close, so this one's a weird one. Hit the zone already. Bounce. So that's as close as I can get to this one, 24.5 kilometers. Thing. Oh, that's actually quite a good shot. Get centered in that. And then zoom out. That's quite the interesting shot there, isn't it? We can just adjust that down a little bit. Kind of looks like I'm caught in something. That's pretty neat. I like that. very weird. Like usually I guess the black holes, like usually their central bit is actually, you know, dark. I don't usually see it being full of stars like this. Seems a little strange. Yeah, headlock mode. Alright, that's kind of cool. Trying to adjust my position here. Very awkwardly. No, other way. I can boost directly away.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Watch the universe warp us. Boink. There we go. Yeah. That's really, it's that last bit where the stars just kind of, you know, come towards you. And you realise it's not quite right yet. So, that's that. I wonder if we should just sort of, let's visit a moon here and just sort of see what things look like from there. I don't think there was anything else here, was there? Just no belts? Oh, there is a belt. Icy. It's interesting that it says it's a ring type icy, but it's a belt. I guess I think in the journal it actually treats all the belts as if they were rings, but they're not really rings. Yeah, I don't actually know if they still do it now after the patch. I've not noticed it, but at least before the patch, if you actually looked at a black hole, it made this sort of weird howling noise. But I didn't notice that when I looked at it here. A bit sad, because that made it even more creepy. So, yeah, so everything's a nice shade of blue and purple here anyway. That weird square of stars again. Glad I found this little spot. So yeah, let's just see what things look like in this situation where there is no light source. Very nearby. And then once we've seen this, we'll see how far we have to go and start making our way towards Colonia. Must be a fairly large moon. We're scanning it from 12 light seconds away. Well, that Looks like it's lit by something. That's interesting. What is lighting that up? It's not just the nebula, is it? And black holes over there, where that little fuzzy patch is. Huh. There's definitely a dark side going on here, isn't there? And the stars are over this way. Oh no, they're not, they're the planets. Oh, they're the moons, I mean. That's really weird. Usually, a black hole doesn't light anything up. I wonder if they fixed something. Or gave it a light source. No, that one. I want to get that as well. So yeah, Dash Cal, I think you were looking for canyons. This looks like it's got a decent number of them. So what the hell is lighting this up? Sinuous one looking over there, or sinuous looking one over there. Oh, it's a rocky ice world, right? That's why it looks weird. So are those? Hang on. All this stuff here. This isn't like volcanoes or something weird, is it? Or is it just bumpy terrain? I still haven't found any volcanoes or geysers or anything like that. Where do I want to be? I thought I saw a deepish canyon somewhere, but down here maybe? Yeah, I think this is being lit up by the black hole. That's very weird. Isn't a flat floor of the canyon though, unfortunately, but see if we just land on this little flat spot.
Landing gear deployed.
washout lights on. Right. So I guess the black hole up where the planet is up there, that little black dot. Do you have a shadow? That's very odd. Hmm. Oh, it's over there. It's below the horizon. Huh. So... But that's one of the companion stars. Hmm. That's another one. Yeah, so the companion stars are above the horizon. I don't think it's the background lighting because if we look around, I mean, the galaxy is not visible here. But also the moon I'm on had a day side and a night side, right? When we were coming in, and the day side was pointing kind of this way, and the unilluminated side was, I guess, pointing away from all the stars. That's really weird. Because usually in a black hole system, the black hole's considered the primary, and it doesn't light up anything, or at least nothing is lit up. 2.7, 0.5, huh. So that's fascinating. That's very interesting. Let's get a shot here. I was in a system, I was in a giant system the other day, and it had, the giant was like 70,000 light seconds away, and I was at the companion system, which was just a normal M star, and there the M star had, was lighting up its planets. And I think what someone told me on Discord was that if the stars are arranged on the system map in a certain way, let's do that. Hang on. There we go. If the stars are arranged like this, like vertically, on the vertical axis here, then, like, if this had a planet system around it, a planetary system, it would light its own planets up, and the black hole would be kind of ignored, or whatever this is going to be, up top here is going to be ignored. But that's not the case here. It looks like these are lighting up the planets around the black hole. Most mysterious. And it's not the normal kind of dark side lighting kind of thing, because that does not cast a shadow. And that shadow, if you actually look at the dark side lighting, it's very, it's like it's a sort of ambient light source that doesn't cast any shadows, like your ship doesn't have shadows. But that is definitely kind of looking like it's being cast from that direction where the stars are. Like those brighter points up there are the stars. Like if I look at it like that, sort of centered in the view there. So that's really odd. Yeah, maybe they changed something. Although, but you see, at the end of the last session, I was parked at a black hole, and I actually discovered that when the black hole was up in the sky, it was actually darker than when the black hole was below the horizon. You know, like the lighting was darker. But that black hole, hang on a minute, that black hole was, where was it? Number 35. Oh, that was a C. So that was a. I'm just wondering if that was a solo hole or not, but. Ah, that was, so this is where I was at the end of the last session. So that had its stars alongside it. So in that case, the stars here do not count as light sources. They would count if they were down below, like down here, but they're sufficiently not massive enough that they get lumped over here. Whereas like the F stars are you know, in my current system are we have a look. Yeah, the F stars here, they are below it. Oh, that's weird then, huh? I've not seen that happen before, so I think that might be what's going on. That because these F stars are, you know, listed below the thing. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look. Wait a minute. That. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Sorry, Twitch went funny. Because my F stars are listed below the black hole, I think that's what's going on. Huh. Okay. Now let's get going. So we've got 10 minutes, but that's not going to happen. The stream shall overrun. We're gonna make a beeline for Colonia. Now we're gonna get things going.
Landing gear retracted.
So yeah, much rambling later. That was I think that's what's going on. Interesting. So let's see, let's get out of here first and then let's see how far we've got to go.
4, 3, 2,
And then let's gun it.
engage.
So I'll carry on until I get there basically. Right, where are we? Map mode. Colonia. Are we even further than we were to start with? No, we're not. We're 820 light years. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. I just need to find some neutron stars now. Now, we need to find a nearby neutron star first. To get going, and it looks like the closest ones are a little far. let's go to you. Right. So Solar Nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
That was fun. So 800 and something light years. So that's
4, 3, 2, 1.
theoretically, I think that's what, 4 or 5 neutron star jumps. That's doable. That is doable. We can make it. How far away are you? Okay. So, yeah, actually, I was hoping that could just get scanned, but screw it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's just go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And yeah, once I have landed there at Colonia, I will go over future plans. And survey says we have roasted, charred lava balls. Rotate around, go for the nearest stream. The other trick about this is don't go in too fast, because you might just end up going straight through. So just trying to level out here.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
And wicket. Alright. Now, where to next? We are going down here. Is there any... Are there any neutron stars around? There we go. 69. $147. 170. Oh, I can just make that one. Let's do that one. About as efficient a jump as I can make there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Leisurely one. Wow, it's pretty much a clone of the previous system. 2 lava balls. concentrating on getting in this jet.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Go,
supercharged.
go, 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 go. There we go. It's like every time I do a neutron star jump, it's just one more little victory. Okay. Now, need another, what we got, 174. To zoom out a bit more. 168, 170. What are you? All are solo ones. That should get us a bit closer. I think that nebula up there is our ultimate goal.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then at some point I should find a star to refuel that. Don't want to get caught short right before we get there.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Not far to go. And I'll do the data hand in as well when I'm there. You can see how much we managed to accumulate here. Normal little planets. I always have a look at the side menu there just in case there's some alien ruins or weirdness or whatever that shows up there. Tourist beacons, etc.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
That one I barely even touched the jet, so that was good. Alright. Bit of a rush there. Let's see how far we have left. 451. So another couple of neutron stars, we should do it, I think. Yeah, basically, and then slow boat the last bit. But are there neutron stars that can be tapped here? You're a bit far, but yes, there are. Where am I? I'm over here. So I want something around here. Thank you, if you can work for me here. Neutron star and an M0. Let's go here. Might be able to refuel. Refuel at that one, perhaps. If not, I'll just pop next door somewhere. It's getting a bit tense now. Last thing I need is a screw up at the last minute. Very far away. And well, somebody went out to it anyway. Right. Let's get the boost. And we'll boost to a normal star. Wherein we can refuel.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
So suddenly there is no the stellar density has plummeted here. That's interesting. Of course not here though, like here it's super crowded and then suddenly blam. Dark again. In fact, what does it actually look like? Zoom all the way out. Yeah, such a big edge of a sector here, clearly. Okay. Almost there. What's my range now? 178. Wow. I'm not seeing much at all. S-star, you say? Oh, and ooh, shinies, shinies. There's an S-star and a Wolf Rayet. Oh, right. Okay, hang on. Slight diversion. Let's go here. So let's go to the G-star. And then we'll grab those other things because I'm distracted by shinies. But S-stars are usually good, even though they look like orange giants most of the time in the wild, it seems. And W is also worth a look. Again, they're not as valuable as anything else really, like they're only a few thousand credits, but it's the rarity and the holy crap. That was that was interesting. Whew. Slight pause of breath. That was pretty good. These are very, very close to each other. Grab you. And where's your friend? Friend was over here. Well, I think anything orbiting this lot would have a nice view. Oh, and there are things orbiting this lot. 185. Could be worth a look. Right, first fuel.
Fuel scooping.
Let's not forget that. So, cool. There we go. Guzzle everything up. So yeah, we'll keep going until I get there, which shouldn't be too long. Definitely, I think we'll be done by.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, we'll be definitely done within 50 minutes. Probably be done before 1:30. Even given these distractions, which, let's face it, we knew we'd find. Dash Cow even predicted that we'd find shiny distractions. We'll just head out here because planet orbiting a close triple system would should give us a nice view. These are pretty close to each other by the looks of it. And the moon is behind the planet. Oh, this could line up to be rather nice. We can get like a eclipse or something, that would be pretty sweet. Let's see what we've got. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Where do I want to be? I want to be up here. So around about here. That would be nice. That looks really quite cool. Hang on, let me finish exploring this planet. It's a shame that we got this honking great box of stars though. That's a bit annoying. Let's go.
Orbital flight engaged.
The problem is I will go far enough over to cancel out the dark side lighting that I just picked up. But I gotta get it in the right sort of place generally here. Okay, so hang on. How's the dark side looking? Right, the dark side is looking relatively dark again. So I want to turn around, head towards the dark side, try to get everything behind us there, and kind of come back down that way. usually park on a crater rim and kind of look over the crater, but I don't know if that's gonna work here. Oh no, the dark side lighting is coming back up. Maybe if I turn around. Yeah. I did not want that. Got the dark side lighting has kicked in again. If I kind of look that way and kind of get the borders of the box out of the way there, that looks a bit better. What do I want to do here? I would really like to get away from that dark side stuff. It's brightened everything up too much. I don't think I can do it in normal mode though. I have to super cruise out, which makes it a little awkward.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see what we can do.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So this is a good view. I want to have this view. Keep going up here. And then down. There we go. How are we doing? Getting better. Alright, I think we've cleared that also. The POI right there, wasn't it? So if I come down now, I should be able to get a not too bright view. Guess we can stick it on the edge of this crater. Somewhere about there. So of course we've got the S star and the W star and this as well, so oh hey, look, there's a POI over that way. I wonder if that's worth checking out. That could be actually. That could be worth a look.
Landing gear deployed.
Of course I parked in the most bumpy bit in the area. Let's go that way a bit. That looks a little better. I mean unstable, as flat as anything. There we go. Right. Let us get a picture of that. You know, I think that actually just by itself looks pretty good like that. Kind of like that. I wonder if I can do good zoom in shot, but then that clips that out. But, I like that the way it was. That was a good shot. I like that. I kind of fancy going for a drive.
Drive assist on.
So forget my previous time estimate.
Low gravity warning.
I think there was something over here. Smash. I thought I saw. I thought I saw some POI over here. The annoying thing is that you can see these POIs from like whatever 4 kilometers up, but when you're on the ground you can't see them at all. It seems a little silly. Oh yeah, I spotted something there. Yeah, there it is. Speech. Hang on, what's the lights on this again? There we are. There it is. Punch. Where's the bearing? 333. Everyone remember 333. That's the rough bearing that we're going in. Crunch. Oop. And let's not be tipped up facing the sky. It's not too far away. Like crash site, do we think? It's a 3. So it's on the 3rd row of the SRE thing here, right? So if you are unfamiliar with the wave scanner, this thing that I am going towards on the 3rd row, that is a artificial thing. And it's not a signal emitting thing, so it's probably a crash site for a cargo canisters and bits like that. So getting over the things is good. Whoa, hang on. Whoa, that's a red box. This could be a skimmer or something. Like, that's usually what you see with skimmers. What the hell is that doing out here? It's most interesting. The trip to Colonia has one last surprise. Make sure that my guns are working, just in case. Just over this rise. Here. Let's do a little bit of oops, what was it? Scouting. With the old camera. It is debris by the looks of it. There might be skimmers around though. Oh, sorry. Yeah, how do I get out of this thing? No. That one. Edge cautiously in. Oh my god, they're skimmers. What the hell? be problematic. Get a wee bit further away. Charge up my shields. And that is good. Where the hell are they? Let me go back. So, while we have a pause in the action, let me just dig out my thing. It's been so long since I've used it. The HOTAS key map thing. 1 and 3. Aha! That's a bit more like it. Buzzing over there. Just going to back off a little. So far so good. There's a bit of excitement. Let's get one of them. What my targeting thing is doing. Maybe it can't lock onto them. No, I'm feeling reasonably confident here. My shields are still good. Duck down behind here. Wait for them to calm down a bit. Could inch towards them. Come on. Get you down. 3 is down. 1 down. 1 to go. He's on 31. And he's gone.
Target destroyed.
We are good. Now, there's the fun thing. Alright, well no bounties have shown up there. So, at least I'm not going to get blown to pieces when I go into Colonia, because that's something I probably should have thought of before I did this. So hopefully we're okay. Usually that's it, there's just those 3 things. And then that's that. So, is there anything even here worth getting? Superconductors, synthetic reagents, blah blah blah. bothered. Let's get some distance and we should be able to resummon the ship. Yeah. So that was slightly exciting. Wasn't expecting that. I think in all this trip out here I've never encountered a skimmer. Like I've fought them many times in the bowl, but that's how I usually got my money, was stacking skimmer missions. But I've never actually seen them in the wild like that. Where is my ship? Hello? I thought you were coming in from this way. You're over there apparently. Okay. Conveniently close. So you got a nice screenshot and a bit of action. That was quite fun. Good chunk. Livened the last bit of the trip up a bit. Right. Let's board ship. But it's not worth picking that stuff up anyway. I don't even know if I have a cargo bay. Do I have a cargo bay? Yep, apparently I have a cargo bay. Right. Anyway, slight exciting distraction aside.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's get back on the track. So there's a POI, that big red thing.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, I usually put the I put all the pips in engineering usually, which means that when I do encounter skimmers, I often forget that I don't have any pips in the weapon. So I fire 2 shots and then it's like, why am I out of ammo already? But fortunately, I remembered here. Where is that S-Star? Is that you? Stop plotting routes, damn it. There we go. You're the S-Star. Let's go to you. Alright, so I tell a lie. If I tell a lie, we'll probably finish around 9.
Frameshift drive charging.
That should get me out of here. Have another super length stream. And yeah, the other thing I've got to do is remember how to dock at a space station, because that's not something I've done for a long time. Hello, S-Star. Are you alone? I'm not alone. You've been discovered already anyway. And these guys are a bit far away, so not worth doing much at. Where was that F-Star then? Or the W-Star, I mean. Yep. Down there, there you go. Probably also been discovered. That's another S star for the list. Again, disappointingly, it is not red. This looks like a big orange giant. Oh, why do you do that? I thought it locked on. Just hyperdrive me there. So good for fuel, good for distance. Tag and bag this one. Which is on its own. Obviously being discovered since it's right next door to the S. Alright. So that was not too much of a distraction. There is a neutron star right next door. And how far is Colonia now? Close enough to get there in a single jump. 189, right? So that'd be four and a bit normal jumps. You know what? I think we can do this the old-fashioned way. Let's just plot a bunch of normal routes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. Let's do it. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's bring it on home the traditional way. And then we don't have to worry about fuel or getting blown up by jets or whatever. And again, it does that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stars around here that it's not everything is going to be discovered. I mean, it's just, you'd have to have a pretty concerted mapping effort to get everything within 100 light years for sure. They're all like 2 or 3 light years apart. Lock in. I don't know if anyone else does that. I don't notice that I do. Like, as soon as I come out to the star, I immediately kind of rotate around so that I line up with the middle, so I can do the quick the scan straight away. What do we got? Oh. Water World, but it's 148,000 light seconds away, and I'm not going to that. That's too far away. So somebody else can get lucky on that one. Let us continue along.
Fuel scooping. Frameshift drive charging.
A bit soon.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Not just me then. So, where are we? much, 2 or 3 jumps left to go. Now I should be in just gotta make sure I'm in solo play mode because I do not want to get attacked by anybody. Now I'm coming into a place where there are peoples. Wow. That's a close, very close planet there. Give me that. Let's just say hi to it. Or just scan it, just so I can see how warm it is. Whoa, 3,557k, 4,800 atmospheres. Fun. Its crust is its atmosphere. Awesome. 2 jumps to Colonia. Now, do I want to jump to that one? Where are we here? Let's go a bit more out of the way. Black hole. Yeah, let's do that. I just wanted to get a little more off the beaten track. Just in case people have mapped things. We get one last new system. And I think while I'm out here, I'll take a pickie of the nebula before I go in. Man, as I getting to the end of the trip here, taking me 3 months, I think. End of January, I think I started on this. Admittedly, I didn't go directly. I didn't even decide I was going to Colonia until about halfway through. But I started out going towards the Barnard Loop and all that, and then I kind of went round, headed for the Ghost of Jupiter Nebula, and then went, oh, there's these refueling stops along the way to Colonia. I'll just go there and chop my data off. And I actually missed Hillary Depot. That was the first pit stop. I actually haven't been to that one. The first one I went to was the Munson at the Lagoon Nebula. So, but then after that I just went, well, I might as well just keep going. And 22,000 light years later, roughly, here I am. These are all being discovered. Do they look like water worlds, or do they look like heavy metal ones? Yeah. Well, you know what? Since I want to get a view of the nebula anyway, I might as well go out and take a look. There might be terraformable for all I know. Yeah, I've got a paint job lined up. I will retire the wireframe. Much as I love it, I mean, it's the only wireframe I think that really works on the ship it was designed for. Yeah, so far, I mean, I don't know if you know, people talk about this neutron highway, and I don't know if it's an official, you know, an actual official sequence of stars, or if it's just the name for just using lots of neutron stars in a row to get somewhere. Um, you know, I tend to think of it as a neutron highway rather than the neutron highway. But so far, I mean, on this trip, I've not found too many discovered systems. It's usually when I get close to the pit stops that they start getting to be discovered. But and actually going to the pit stops, I think I might have been interdicted one of them by an NPC pirate, but I could get away from them pretty easily. Oh, it is a water world, yay. So definitely worth checking out the other one then. Is it a terraformable one? No, it's a normal one. Although, you know, normal water world, temperature of 473 Kelvin. No? I mean, it's a water world only because the pressure's high enough to keep it liquid. But, yeah. So let's go ahead over there, and then we'll get a picky of the nebula. Also, I feel something we should do is take a screenshot of that. Say, one jump to Colonia! Alright. So we'll swing by here, get a picky, and then the moment of truth. Must remember to request docking. Do not just fly in. But yeah, it's been a pretty fun trip. All the more fun for deciding to stream it from halfway through. And having you guys tag along, so thank you, chat folks. Yeah, request docking within 7.5, that's caught me out a few times. Dum-dum-dum. Yeah, this probably this is going to be a more normal water world, I think. I think the nebula was over here, wasn't it? Roughly, yeah, it's over there. Yeah, well, I've only really been playing properly since November. I did have it at the beginning, and then I gave up because it wasn't terribly friendly to play back then, like just in terms of, you know, calculating jumps and so on, because there was 100 light years limit at the beginning and so on. So And also I was playing on a keyboard, and that's terrible for playing Elite. Now I've got this HOTAS X thing. It's been a hell of a lot more fun to play. And yeah, I just sort of picked things up over the time I played. So, but this is not the end of the trip. Like, it's the end of this part of the trip, but I am going to do some more. So this is like, you know, end of chapter 1, let's say. But, you know, it's end of chapter 1, but there may be a few little tangents of other games occasionally. We'll see. There we go, Waterworld, yay. And you are... Oh, you're both super hot. Interesting. That moon is miles and miles and miles away. So, yeah, where is this nebula gone? Is it over this way? No, it's up there. Okay, so if I go down here. Yeah, Horizons I think is what really made me want to come back, because there was the whole, you can drive on planets now, and that was pretty awesome. Yeah, that was definitely a big part of what brought me back. I mean, 2.3, you know, doesn't really have an awful lot for me beyond the camera, which I'm still getting used to. Like, you know, not really got any interest at all in the multi-crew or any of that. Let's just do stretchy planet though. Try and get the planet more in the middle, and then the asp. It's kind of blocking off the nebula there now, isn't it? Asp over here. There we go. But yeah, I'm not, my interest in multiplayer Elite is 0. I grew up on the old, on the original Elite that was not an MMO or anything, it was just a one-player thing. That's what I loved about it. So I definitely do not view this game as a... Actually, should I do that? I could do that, couldn't I? I do not view this game as an MMO. Does that distract too much? A little bit of thrust. See that? If I do that, that's just glare. I need to get it without the glare, really. Like that, maybe. There we go. I won the last screenshot from the wild. Yeah, that That's alright. I suppose it's still a bit warpy looking. Would be nicer like there maybe. And then zoomed out there. Yeah, that'll do. It's fine. Yeah, playing with friends I think might be okay, but yeah, absolutely would not play with random people. Of course I'll just turn around. Because I want to be facing the nebula, because that's where I'm going. Alright, anyway. Let's get to this show on the road.
Frameshift drive charging.
Colonia, here we come. Gulp.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, here we are. Colonia. Where are we? Jack Station. Interesting system. Let us go. Right. Where is everything? Over here, Jack Station.
Fuel scooping.
Now I gotta be a little paranoid about ships. Not that I'm carrying anything, except
Disengaged.
possibly 30 plus million in exploration data. Okay. Flip. Submit. Gun.
Scan detected.
And go. What am I carrying? I'm carrying nothing.
Frameshift drive charging.
Mr. Pirate, sir.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Phew. Yeah, I played it on the Commodore 64. Although I originally saw it on the BBC Micro, of course, because I think that was the original platform it was on. So yeah, I got Elite and played the heck out of that on the Commodore so much. Got Frontier on the 486 PC that I had, and I had to unload everything from that in order to run it. Like I had a boot disk that just took everything out except the high mem program, and even then I got about 1 frame per second. Like it was just ridiculous, but I still managed to play that somehow. And then I didn't get first encounters. I skipped that one. But yeah, Elite has been a big thing for me. So here we come. I'll overshoot it, of course. Well, maybe not. I'd like to get a view of the station. Hopefully I don't get interdicted again. That would not be good at this stage. There we go. And drop. Well, here we go. Nice. I think I'm going to go around the front. Let me get a little screenshot. Hopefully nothing should attack me here, right? Get the
Boarding permission granted.
But why is there not a person with a voice? Where's the station controller? Oh, here we go. Let's go watch it here. Did that, yeah, that did get a screenshot, good. Okay, so, I have docking permission. This is good. See if I can remember how to do
Landing
this.
gear deployed.
I'm a little worried about these, this massive, gigantic spaceships here. Like, what are you doing? Should I wait for you, or just gun it? Maybe I should gun it. This seems to be kind of stuck. Just gotta make sure. Landing pad 23. Last thing I need now is a beluga to come out of me. There we go. We're good. We are good. Oh, perfect landing.
Docking successful.
Yes.
Engines disengaged.
Made it. Made it to Colonia. High fives all round. Right. Well. Let's go to the hangar. Celebratory drink of water. Hot damn tamale. Alright. I am now safe. Whew. Let's see what we got here then. So, refuel, repair,
Hull repaired.
restock, I guess that's the AFMU. Why is it an uncontrolled system? I thought it was the Colonia faction thing. Colonia Council, something or other. Authority bonds, interstellar factors. Oh, sure. I'll pay that. Sure. Mercenary stuff. No. Come on. There we go. So I guess I can't, still can't do anything with these stupid things. Okay, fine. Right. Now, do I want to do this? Hang on a minute. Let us there. Hang on. What am I doing? Blanked out completely on how to use the camera. I should get me a little screenshot of me landed in here. We'll just return to the surface. Have a nice screenshot up there, I feel. Can definitely have more interesting things to look at. Okay. Why is that down there? Where should we go? Go over here. I'll actually probably use this to have quite a nosy around the station, really, couldn't you? Getting all the bits that you can't usually see. So we'll take one last picky of the old banged up asp, and then we'll slap on the new paint job. There we go. Just come down here a bit. There we go. Right. Now, livery. Oh, I'm going to go back down. Good God. I'm keeping you in suspenders here because you're probably wanting to see how much I'm going to get for the systems. Well, you know what? Let's do that now and then we'll do the livery. Let's have a look. So I made 25 million up to Polo Harbour. Then 2.3 hit. So everything since Polo Harbour is 2.3 pricing, which is this last stretch of the trip. So how much have we got? 6 there. We got a 1.2 million there. These are definitely more. Because before I had... let's see if I can find my pen. Before I was getting about 2 million, 1 million per page. So this one's already at 6. There's another 1.3 million one here. 1.1 million. So, oh, one thing I've got to look up here as well, 686 8997 to start with. One thing I will look at before I submit anything is what my rank is. I got Ranger 49. Okay. So, selling page. Then we got to go through the whole first discovered thing, right? Here we go.
Incoming message.
Oh, that went up. Something happened message-wise.
Incoming message.
Okay, how many? One? This is slower. Two. 27, 28. Just counting them. 34, 35, 36, 39, 40, 4, 5, 6, 9, 50. 60, 203,000. $80. 90. Okay. So, some of that, the bonuses were pretty huge on those. 200, like 300,000? What the hell would that have been for? Anyone remember how the first discovery thing works again? It's like, is it half of the actual value of the world or something, isn't it? So I guess that must have been a Earth-like or something. Oh, whoa. Page 2, 16 million. Well, okay. That is nuts. 443. Have a quick scan, because clearly there were some big systems in here. 2 million. Oh yeah, that was full of terraformables. Wow, okay. I think the highest payout thing on my panel is definitely going to be bigger after this. 3 million, holy crap. That is crazy. Another 2 million, holy crap. Welp. There we go with the counting again. Sorry if this is not terribly exciting. Cancel. Alright, 16 million for another 50 systems. But yeah, I do this tally every time I submit data just to see how much new stuff I found and so on. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 21, 22, 23. Eight, 9, 90, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 900. $114 there. Page 3. 5, 6, 6, 8, 148. So hang on a minute. So I had made up to, from the bubble to polo, I had made 25,247,877 credits. Right now, not including the first discovery, which I'll have to look up later on after the fact, but just from the what's on the pages here, I have made just over 29 million credits so polo to Colonia, 29.046 million credits. That's bonkers. If only I had had this for the whole trip, that would have been ridiculous. So here we go again. And usually I find about 3 or 4 pages worth of stuff, so we're near the end, I think. There is another page though, at least. So again, so yeah, again, sorry, this is not exciting, but 1, 2, 40, 50, 60. 70. 80. 87. I believe this is the last page, so I don't know how many systems there are. I'm not going to count them in here, but that's another 6 million, so that's what, 35 million just from this, plus all the bonuses. I think I started off at like 82 million or something, didn't I? So I've made about 40 million. That is cray. Very cray. 1 million. See, I think 3 million was my highest payout there. Alright, let's get this done. And then see how much we've ranked up. Have I made it to the next one? Ooh, there's lots of messages, so that sounds promising. Okay, 1. The 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. $100. And 10. $122. Okay. Totals. I'm just calculating here. Hang on. 6033. 35,079,963 credits from just the actual planets there, the systems. Don't know how much I made from the bonuses. I've got 90 plus 114 plus 87 plus 122. 413 new discoveries, so presumably that's 413 things with my name on it. And look at all these messages. Pioneer. Yay. I'll take a screenshot of that, thank you. We've got a rep change. Oh, I'm now an ally. Went from we don't know you to you're our best friend. So that's cool. And apparently it says Ranger 97, so I don't know what's happened there. Maybe I've got to log in and log out again or something for it to update, but it said, oops, it did say promotion to Pioneer, so I have a Pioneer rank at least, so that's good. I believe Pioneer is the one that is short of Elite, I think. I don't think there's one more, is there? Is it? Trailblazer was before Ranger, I think. So, let us now let's just fix the paintwork because I think we deserve a new look here. Oops, that. Can't see it terribly well, but at least now I can see the wireframes again. But this is not the paint job that I am going to stick with. So let's get the livery stuff done. I would like that. Paint job. Browse. Golden shiny. But no, I got so I got the Black Friday paint job already, which is nice, but doesn't make me show up very well in the screenshots. Gold might be interesting, but the thing that I wanted was that. Well, not that one, the red one, there we go. Because the colours are all buggered up because I've changed the colour palette thing. Yeah, if you change your cockpit heads-up display colour scheme, then the colours as shown here in the livery slots and the paint jobs and stuff is buggered up because, you know, this says it's synth blue, but when you look at it on the preview, it's red. So this is the red one, which is what I want. This one is orange, lime, ugh. Rose, no, white, no. Back to your wireframe. No. What I wanted was this, because it makes the ship look like a ladybird. Or a ladybug, if you're in America or Canada. And I think it looks kind of cute. So I am going to have that. I'm in two minds about getting ship kits. I don't want to get the Raider one because that looks silly on an ass. You know, I'm not going to be flying around with spikes everywhere looking like a Reaver ship, I'm sorry. I mean, it's cool, but, you know, no. not my style here. But the normal ship kit might be tempting because it's got like the little spoiler bar for the fins and all the other little bits. But they're a bit expensive. Like, maybe if I see it on sale at some point, I might get it, but is it $12 now or something? It's a bit much. So I'm going to stick with the red. He says. Right, yes? Are you going that? Okay, we're red. Now. Ship name. Drum roll, please. The Odyssey. That is what I'm calling my ship. Although I can't see where the nameplate is. So, I'll put that on as well. Going with the standard Battletech way of doing things. Be the ODY5Y. So did that take? Let's have a look. So interesting, I have a red underside now. So where is the nameplate? And the ID tag for that matter. That's interesting. Anyone see it? Does it take a while to go through or something, or has it been overwritten by the paint job? Because that would be a bit naff. Or do I have to log in and log out or something? I can't see it anywhere. Underneath? Nope. That's a caution thing. I'm sure they were supposed to be kind of on the sides. Yeah, I got the nameplate and I got the ID thing. Go back to livery here. Asp Explorer. Yeah, you see, like where it says nameplate and ship ID, it's still sort of looking at there. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, well that's okay. So there's nameplate 1. There's name. Oh, okay, right. So there's there's actual slots. Like this is just to enter the name, which is weird. So. Oh, I guess that's why, right. Ah, here we go. Huh. So that's the ID tag. Okay. And I wanted the Explorer one. Do I want that? Or do I want that? I think I kind of want that one. So where's the ship ID one? Okay, so what's the custom with these things? Do we just have it on one side, or like same thing on either side? Maybe I'll do it like that. Slightly different. And then I don't know if I want that on both sides. Do I want it underlined or do I want it double? I think underlined That might break up that a bit more. Let's do that. Okay. And then do we want that on the other side as well? Because it's a bit huge honking writing. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the grand unveiling of once we actually get up the ramp. Drum roll, please. Oops. Let's go here. Drum roll, please. For the Odyssey. Well, that is the name of my new ship. Well, not my new ship, but my freshly repaired ship. The shiny paint job. Yeah, I kind of like that number there actually. Looks a bit empty on the other side. I do kind of like the little jellyfish-like spaceships though. Whoops, that. There. That. Losing control of the camera. There we go. Yeah. What do you think? I think, you know, that might be its good side, maybe. The side with the ID. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. So for the next chapter of the exploration of the galaxy, we are going to be flying in this little beauty. So, on that note, let's talk about what we're doing later on. So, this session is obviously the last of the trip to Colonia, since we have made it. Next week, so the next session, Saturday, I am not going to be here for. So it's 29th. There is no stream because I am going to be away for the day. Tuesday and thereafter is what I'm pondering about. So the options are that I carry on just doing Tuesday and Saturday elite sessions, or I pick one of the days to do another game, which will be something different, you know, not a space sim type thing. Haven't decided yet what to play, because I'm kind of a little bit nervous about just jumping into a game that I've not actually played before, of which I have many. Things I was thinking of were Shadow over Mordor, or the Mad Max game. They're both fairly similar, kind of run around questy. They're not quite role-playing game type things. They're not open world role-playing games, but they're more Assassin's Creed like thing. You know, there's fighting and so on. So I was thinking about giving that a go. Or I could do a puzzly game, like there's Talos Principle. That was tempting. So maybe I will do, like Tuesday night, I will do a different thing, to be decided, but one of those things. If any of the regulars watching this have any particular opinion about that, then let me know, either on my Twitter, YouTube comments when this gets uploaded to YouTube, or you can find me on the Elite Discord, the Elite Explorers Discord, or the Galactic Academy Discord, or yeah, however you can get hold of me. Let me know if you have any preferences. Already got a recommendation for Talos. Yeah, I think it might be good because we can, if you guys are all interested in watching that, of course, then we can maybe puzzle out some of the things together if they get too tricky. Yeah, maybe we can do that. Well, we'll see. I'll have a think. If you have any input, let me know. Any opinions, and we'll see. But I do want to carry on with Elite, and the plan was, if I can get out of the pretty view here, the plan that I originally had was, wow, look at that trip, that's pretty awesome. In fact, so let me just take a screenshot of that. Where are we? I don't know if that will actually take the screenshot, but there we go. Yeah, so the plan was, once I've got all the way out here, I was not going to head straight back to the bubble. I was not actually going to head out to the core either, not immediately anyway. What I wanted to do was, I have a choice here, actually follow a spiral arm around. So I would go around here, if I'm following the right thing, and go all the way back here and then into the bubble, which is a bit ambitious. So that's a huge thing, because maybe, I mean, I could sort of circle all the way around, and then on the way back I could pop into Colonia maybe and dump a whole bunch of data or something, maybe. I think the Hyponia sector is somewhere around one of these two spiral arms, and that's all blocked off, so I might actually have to detour around that anyway. But yeah, I could definitely loop around here. If I'm over here, I don't know if I'll want to venture out to Beagle Point or not. I don't even know if I can, because I've only got a 42 light year jump range. But I definitely want to go around here. There's also somewhere, I think, around here, which is conveniently on the way roughly, the Great Annihilator is there. That is a big black hole system apparently. But more importantly, above that somewhere is a really cool looking S-star that somebody posted on the Explorers subreddit, I think, or the Elite Dangerous one. But I want to see if I can actually find it, because they said it was about 1,000 light years above the Great Annihilator, and it has an S-star, an S-giant star, and it's got two like M-dwarf companions that are literally almost touching it by the looks of it. It looks really awesome. So I might have a needle in the haystack search for that. So I might also go up or down, well, probably up if I'm going up above the Great Annihilator, so we might get some nice views. So yeah, so this is not the end of Elite by any means. I think we'll definitely do a loop around here, I think, and then see how I feel when I get to this point, because that's going to be pretty much about as long as this whole trip's been, but with no stops, like with no stations or anything, because I don't think there's anything out here, and I don't think Beagle Point, all the way out the other side here, I don't think Beagle Point has a station. So that'll be a bit of a challenge. So if I can handle that, like I said, I can then sort of pop back into Colonia, drop off the data there, and and be fairly good. But I managed to make it all the way out, granted with the repair stops. I did manage to make it all the way out to Colonia in one piece. I wonder, he says, pressing the completely wrong button, if like, we do have outfitting here, right? I wonder what they have in terms of things that I could fit. You know, could it be worth getting another field maintenance unit maybe, or something, because I've only got one. Could be. Do I have the room? Well, I've got the cargo rack, so I can get rid of that. Yeah. Alright, I'll look into that later. But I might be able to tweak my ship a little bit depending on what they have. Right. So yeah. So probably Tuesday I'll do something else. I may look at Talos. I mean, I could just look at it on Tuesday and see how it is, and if it turns out to be good, then we can carry on playing it. But I'll put an update on the Twitch page, and then yeah, I think Saturday we'll stick with Elite, one or the other day. You know, it depends what your preferences are, I think. Yeah, so Tuesday or Saturday, we'll see. But one day will be Elite, one day will be another game, and we'll see how that goes for a bit. Right, so thank you for joining me on this trip. It's been a lot of fun. I have quite enjoyed doing the streaming, and you are a good crowd. So yeah, thanks for tagging along. Hope you'll stick with me, not just through Elite, but through other games. And yeah, if you you know, this will be going up for onto YouTube soon. I will. So yeah, any comments, do post them on the YouTube. Do follow me on the Twitter. They're all going to be down below on the Twitch page. Do follow me on the Twitter for updates, or you know, just track me down on the Discord, and I'll be around. So yeah, Chapter 2, both for the Elite trip around the galaxy and also for the streaming, since I'll be doing some other games as well. Chapter 2 begins next Tuesday. Alright, so hopefully you can join me then. Cheers, folks. I will see you next Tuesday.